Minister of Finance Winston Jordan says he's very concerned that there is need for a skill set in Guyana to cater for an expanding and transformed economy. The minister's comments came following questions on whether he's concerned that the private sector can become less competitive with the public sector against the backdrop of the steady increases being offered by government.
And if we don't pay wages, we will never get the competencies that we require to help build this country. When you have to hire somebody coming from outside and pay them $15,000 to $20,000 US versus a similar category here that you're probably paying $2,000, maybe $2,500 US, you understand how you're going to continue lose skills if we don't move rapidly.
Efficient public service, Minister Jordan said, is required to service a growing private sector.
So we all have to adjust to realities, and we all have to remember the factors of production and try to ensure that each factor of production is as efficiently occupied and employed as possible.
While the government has moved to increase the minimum wage for public servants to $70,000 from $64,220 per month, the finance minister was asked whether government could order an increase for private sector workers.
Well, only if under the Factories Act there are some specific categories for which the government is responsible through the Ministry of Labour. Beyond that, private arrangements, you have to deal with the particular private sector.
The minister debunked comments that the private sector is heavily taxed. He's making the case that revenues the government has been collecting since 2015 has largely come from an expanded base and not new taxes on the private sector. Handel Duncan, HGP Nightly News.